By the way, there is a very clear definition with the Diddy stuff, but like I think the ignorance of people don't realize that sex trafficking isn't it doesn't only have to exist in the traditional definition of taking somebody's passport, having them work beyond their will, and have to fuck random people, and you're just having a ring going on. It could be what they're accusing Diddy of. It could be. It's just that it becomes gray area because it is a lot of, and it's kind of like sexual assault, right? Like you can have sex with the girl, and shit. Let's say in 2 scenarios you had sex with her twice. She consented both times, but she's mad at you after the second time, and she said, "I never wanted to fuck you." Now, if you ain't recorded a sexual encounter, and you have no proof that she said that she wanted to fuck you, she goes to the cops and says, "I didn't want to fuck that nigga." So it becomes a little hazy there, right? Because I think that also applies to Diddy's situation, because I think Diddy's saying, yo, these chicks wanted to do this shit. Yo, they were down. Like what's supposedly going to be Diddy's defense is, yo, they were coming to me because I'm the lit party guy. You come to the diddler because I got all the best drugs in motherfucking Miami and LA. I got the male prostitutes with the longest third leg, the baby arm. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna get you to fuck some of your favorite entertainers that you will never meet. I'm gonna get this shit popping, and the party don't stop till the party don't start till I walk in. And after the party is the after party, and after the after party is the freak off. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's his defense by saying, yo, this was like everybody knew you get to fuck with Diddy, and we get to that type of time, it's freak fest. But then the other people are going to be like, no, well, I didn't really want to do it. I felt I had to do it. Some people clearly are going to say, no, you made me do it. Like, you forced me to do it. Now we're seeing the allegations come up like, yo, he's threatening them with, like, well, I'm going to shoot you, or I'm going to do something to your people. These are kind of newer allegations. Or
Depo Provera, once a trusted conscious...
I couldn't make sound decisions, and then shit, you and XY rapper fucked me, right? So that's the brunt of the majority of the allegations. So they're a little bit more of interpretations, right? Clearly, the drugs are a huge part of it, because if with a lot of these situations, even Cassie, if Cassie's saying I didn't want to do the freak offs, he was also beating my ass. Yes.
Were you aware of the freak off?
She stayed with the dude for 10 years doing freak off.
Were you aroused?
You're like, remember there was this one chick who basically was saying Chris Brown sexually assaulted her, and I don't even know if it became a case, right? But like, Chris Brown provided a text message saying, "How could I have sexually assaulted you?" And yo, here you are the week after saying sex with me was amazing, and then you want to fuck me again. How could that, like, so what's gonna happen, and this is gonna be Diddy's defense. How could I have done some of these things when these people kept coming back around? She was with it for 10 years. She was a habitual attender of blah, 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 blah. At what point? Why did it take till this year? And obviously you start, it becomes tennis. You hit the ball back over the net. The other person was gonna be like, well, I was in fear of my life until I seen Cassie and you got locked up. Now I can talk out. So there's going to be a whole thing with that. But anyway, I saw that to say is that I think this is more of a traditional definition of sex trafficking. The former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO Mike Jeffries and 2 others were arrested on Tuesday, a part of a criminal sex trafficking investigation. Okay, it was done by the FBI and federal prosecutors in Brooklyn. Okay, matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. Justice.gov. Usually if you go to justice.gov and you go about, is it about, or you go to press, you could find when they usually make big indictments, they'll announce it on here. News, press releases, I think. Yeah, it's probably...
Were you aware of the freak off? Were you aroused?
This is big news. This is...
Were you aroused at the freak off?
It's not up here yet. Well, don't know if they've scheduled a press conference, but usually you can find it on justice.gov. Regardless, I guess I got to see if this came from the same division. So the best division in all of the country for, just historically, for prosecuting anyone is the Southern District of New York. I've told you how many people have been taken down. They're the ones going at Diddy. We've never seen them crap out on a case. I've never, from my time covering all these cases, I've never seen them embarrassed. When they come with some shit, what you're seeing happen in Atlanta with Jeffrey Williams and company versus Atlanta prosecutors or Fulton County prosecutors, we've never seen that happen when it comes to the Southern District of New York. When they come for you, they're coming with football numbers. So we're at least talking double digits, okay? We're looking at 10 to 60, okay? They're usually on point. Now, in other precincts of, the federal judiciary circuits or, districts where people file these lawsuits, I don't know if they're that successful or that bold. Like, they're bold enough to go after Trump, Diddy. They're the one who get like 6 9s, El Chapo. They do a lot, okay? So I got to see if this one is coming out of that same district. So that district is called SDNY, Southern District of New York. But it says in Brooklyn, I think that's still the Southern District. Yeah, it's still the Southern District. Brooklyn's the Southern District. Anyway, so Mike Jeffries was the former CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch. They're saying him and his partner, Matt Smith, and the third man, Jim Jacobson, which, by the way, hey, I know people are saying they're trying to take down a successful black man. Hey, these are some white men right here. They're accused of operating an international sex trafficking and prostitution business that recruited young men. Now, this is where it gets into the stuff of everybody who's a conspiracy theorist. That I'm not a big conspiracy theory type of guy. I usually start saying that people who are conspiracy theorists, they're full of shit or they're mentally unstable. But then a broken clock be right twice a day. They'll be like, nah, they be having all this shit going on. Then you read a story like this, you're like, yeah, these motherfuckers did have some shit going on. Fuck. Anyway, so the guy who used to run Abercrombie & Fitch, him and 2 other guys, are accused of operating an international sex trafficking and prostitution business that recruited young men. So clearly, these guys were just trying to get young boys, like on some wild shit. They're just trying to get some little boys to suck them off. This is crazy. For parties in the U.S. and abroad. Now, obviously, when we see for parties, that instantly gives us a parallel back to Diddy. Diddy's sexual abusive behaviors were linked and tied to what was called the freak-offs, which were an integral, secluded, after party type of thing. So it was kind of in the party context. Now we're hearing about some white dudes who are getting young men for parties in the U.S. and abroad, okay, according to the 16 count indictment, right? We could probably pull this up. You want to pull this up real quick? Pull this up. Let's just pull up the indictment. Give me 1 second. I should have looked it up before. I'm telling you, I feel like a lawyer these days, chat. Like, yo, I look up a lawsuit. Like, if you know how quick I fucking look up a lawsuit, you'd be motherfucking shocked, man.
Welcome to my house party.
Here we go.
Oh shit.
Go.
Damn.
I'm looking up on another screen, that's why you can't see it. Just gotta log into a few things. Alright, it's coming. Come on. Did I spell that wrong? Alright, I'm waiting a bit. While I wait, I'll probably get the whole document. But they're saying that they're accused of operating. All right, we read that already. Did it load? Okay. The former retail executive in Smith relied on their vast financial resources, and Jeffries Jeffries Power is the CEO of Abercrombie. Oh, that's who I should look up. Did I put the wrong name in? Yeah, so Jeffrey is the CEO of Abercrombie and numerous people, including Jacobson, and a network of employing contractors and security professionals to run a business that was dedicated to fulfilling their sexual desires, ensuring that their international sex trafficking and prostitution business was kept secret. Federal prosecutors said the trio allegedly paid dozens of men to travel around the world to engage in sex acts over at least a 7-year period, starting in late 2008. That's another thing that we're going to see in a parallel to the Diddy case. By the way, there's a conversation, is Diddy cooperating? Diddy's indictment starts at 2008. Now, I'm going to do some additional research when I get off stream. Maybe 2008 is, there might be some statute on the book that probably amended how sex trafficking is prosecuted in or around 2008, because I can't see in 2008 sex trafficking or some amendment. I'm gonna find it. It means, maybe by pure or sheer coincidence, that the year that they allege Diddy to start engaging, or the first year that they're looking into, 2008, of Diddy allegedly engaging in sex trafficking, they also allege these guys to supposedly be engaged in sex trafficking, which then you could come up with your own mind. Did Diddy drop the dime or what? You get what I'm saying? All right. Hold on 1 second. Put the wrong fucking name.
Damn, are they finna praise snitching? They like, yo, is this gonna be, yo, niggas gonna be proud, like, yo, Diddy snitched on these niggas.
All right, cool. The indictment mentions 15 alleged victims identified from John Doe's 1 to 15. Now, this is very different from the Diddy indictment, where there's one victim listed. They're identified as victim 1. In this one, is more elaborate. There are 15 victims, okay? Okay, I think I got it. Is this it? Is this it? Give me 1 second.
Be jelly bean, fire, green apple.
Alright, yeah, I
green
got
apple
it.
jelly belly. Damn, these bitches fire.
Alright, they're moving it around. Okay, I got it. Thank you. Perfect. So this is the indictment. Okay. All right. So it's part of the Eastern District, I believe. So the Eastern District of New York, which isn't the Southern District, but still, obviously, it's still all the feds. They all work together. So this is a grand jury charge, and essentially the grand jury convened about sex trafficking for these guys. Again, you have to use your own mind to make up this. I'm not going to say this definitively. I wouldn't have the knowledge to say it is. But there was a grand jury that was convening for these CEOs and Diddy around the same time about a crime allegedly starting from the same year. Also, if Diddy did cooperate, it's probably unlikely that the grand jury convened in this short of a time since his indictment to whatever, but who knows? Diddy could have been working on, he could have met with the federal government before, could have done a proffer, other people hoping to get out of it. Who knows? Again, not saying Diddy did anything to get these guys indicted, but it's very interesting. We're watching an indictment that seems very like Diddy, just for some clothing niggas, right? Okay, cool. So Abercrombie and Fitch, blah, blah, blah. All right, here we go. So, yeah, they okay. To run a business to fulfill their sexual desires, a part of it. They paid for dozens of men, so he goes from 1 to 15 to meet with Jeffries and Smith at various locations, including the property, blah, 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 in hotels in England, France, Italy, Morocco, set bar.
This is not a scam. Seniors on Medicare can get a...
I knew it was the reason I couldn't never get a job at Abercrombie and Fitch. They ain't want me off in that bed.
He's in a Diddy indictment. They're calling them freak-offs. So they're calling these sex offs. Wow. Some of the men traveled and were paid to attend multiple sex events. Now here's another comparison to this Diddy, the Diddy freak-off shit and this. In the Diddy freak-off indictment, it was paid prostitutes that were of age. Okay? Now, did he fuck some underage kids? We don't know. But the paid escorts that were men were of age, allegedly, at least so far that we know with Diddy. In here, they're saying that it appears that, well, maybe we didn't get there yet, but it says it were men paid for multiple sex events. Let's just keep reading. Okay. They recruited, hired, paid household staff to facilitate and supervise the sex events, among other things. By the way, sex events is translated to freak offs. Matter of fact, from every time I see sex events, I'll just say freak off, okay? You see when it comes to a black man, they got all type of colorful name, freak off. Like, that shit jumps off the page. When it comes to the white dudes, they're like, sex event.
Sex event.
That's boring. No, call it freak off. Call it freak off for the white people, too. White people have freak offs, too. Nah, don't only do that to Diddy. Both of them were having freak offs. Like, don't, oh, Diddy was, yo, freak offs just sounds foul. Sex event just sounds like it's like some corporate, what the fuck? Hell nah. This is a freak off. At the direction of Michael Jeffries and Matthew Smith, the staff was present, observed, and acted as security, including controlling the exit and entries for the freak offs. They provided the men with alcohol, muscle relaxants known as poppers, lubricant. Okay, yeah. How many bottles of Viagra you found over there? Viagra and condoms. That's the only thing that was missing in the Diddy indictment. Not one condom was ever found, among other items. As directed by these guys, the staff directed the men, among other things, to wear costumes, use sex toys, and prepare for particular sex acts. Either Jacobson or the staff paid the men for attending the freak-offs. The defendant, James T. Jacobson, traveled through the United States and internationally to recruit and interview men. Wow, they were interviewing niggas? How do you interview somebody for freak-offs? You're in the tryouts. Oh, my God. You ever hear how these strippers got to go try out for the club? Imagine being a nigga and you gotta go try out for the freak off. Shit. You're in the tryout. Pause at this. You're in the tryouts. They required that the candidates first engage with commercial sex acts with him. God damn.
Yo.
Oh, y'all had an audition for the freak off? Alright, who first? Alright, suck my dick, nigga. Pause. Like, obviously, that's what they were telling guys. So Jacobson was telling them to try out for the freak off, you gotta suck him off.
No.
God damn.
Nigga. Yo, what if you don't make the tryout?
The defendant Matthew Smith approved candidates prior to their selection for and transportation to the freak off. At the direction of Smith, they paid fees to the individuals who successfully referred men. God damn it, nigga was getting a referral fee for the niggas for the freak-offs. The defendants, others acted at their direction, employed coercive, fraudulent, and deceptive tactics in connection with the recruitment, hiring, and transportation of obtaining, maintaining, solicitation, and payment of the men engaged in commercial sex, for example. By the way, I think what we're also finding out here, and I'm wondering if, you know, let me peel back a layer and expose the fourth wall or third wall, whatever that saying is. Now, the same way we talk about Diddy, we're not gonna act like because these guys are white and they're calling it a sex event. You know what I mean? This is a freak off. Okay, they're just like Diddy. There's nothing different, right? Now,
damn, I had to try to get in this parking space. Oh man, the mother freaking freak offs. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Let me park, guys. Come on. Look, what a cool driver, right? You gotta. Turn in, back it up, off the scale, nothing but park. Straight back, nothing but park, man. I think I'm gonna take a little break. I don't even want to eat here for real, I ain't even gonna lie. But, let me see. Brother, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me because I know how to maneuver off the motherfucking. Ugh. Oh, damn, I just realized I'm next to a tanker. I don't like that. Ooh, hey, mommy, bonita. Little thickums. She look like a little thick auntie. What's up with you, girl? Auntie, what you solo? You got a man?
Right? Like, we've never heard women doing this shit, so it's men.
You don't never holler
So,
at the ladies
if it was
at the
like,
truck stop. They 9 times out of 10, they got somebody. Oh damn, I'm supposed to probably take a shower. Let me see what we got down the road, man. We don't got too much time left, but turn that off.
Like, you know,
Auntie thick, y'all.
opposite people work, but then trying to fuck them.
She could get it.
Or even in the
She's
movie
straight
industry,
for the
like,
stroke.
just
Let me
acting
see
like
what
you
everybody
can
talking
audition for a role, but then it turns to a casting couch.
I'm just
And
fucking with
obviously
you.
not
Yo,
right,
Tiny
but that
Rascal
was
in
a
the house.
culture
Much love.
of
Appreciate
those
you,
industries.
bro. The great
There
area. I'm
is
gonna
a
follow
current
him.
culture of
Diddy
prostitution.
got all the money just to
Like, if you go sign, you're a hot rapper that's gonna go sign a label.
Save
The label gonna send his A&R out with the credit card for the label.
Nah,
and
I'm
they're
looking
gonna
at the
bring it to
road
strip
whole
club.
time, brother.
Or they're gonna, like, whatever you
Whole
want.
time.
And sometimes they got a couple of bitches on deck.
I mean, every
Especially
driver
when y'all
gotta
go to
grab
LA,
they
y'all rappers who keep
grab
flying
they
off to find out
snacks
till they
right
tell y'all
here. I
label
could
meet.
reach down and grab
That
it.
label
Boom,
meet is
right
gonna
there.
be for 2 hours. You're gonna be dancing on the table for
Right
30
there.
minutes, and really your lawyer know everything that they're gonna offer. They just need you there to make you feel like they're there for you and they can relate to you. And sometimes it's only so much they can relate to you in a boardroom. Oh, you like smoking weed? I bet we booked a session and we got the weed man pulling up whatever weed you want. Oh, you like coke? I bet. Let me tell you this. 90% of it. I won't even limit it to hip hop. 90% of A&Rs currently have procured either prostitutes, drugs, or some illegal. Let me not just spell it all out. For the artists that they have financial interest in. That's a fact. Trust me. Yo, if you go up to, like, I don't even want to name the label. Like, nigga, I went up to one of these labels. Nigga, they had the drugs in there. They're like, yeah, you know, when so-and-so come around, they can't function without a couple pills. So sometimes we'll have the nigga come through with the pills, but sometimes if we know they're going to be around for a while, we just get the pills and keep it in the drawer. We just lock it. Facts. I'm telling you facts. So again, all of these things, you know, I want to kind of like put a little bit of a lid on it where some of y'all might just think this is like so crazy. Prostitutes is very normal in the industry. Very normal, okay? I think male prostitutes that men are using, it still hits the taboo of, oh, you're fucking gay, right?
Yeah, I'm
so,
not
okay,
gonna eat
cool.
right here. I'm gonna keep trucking.
So they had a nigga
Let me see.
prostitute referral system in an interview process, and it said it failed to inform the men of the details of the free calls before they attended, including the full extent and the nature of the sexual activity that would be required at the free calls, including other things, anal intercourse, the insertion of large sex toys in the anus, high pressure enemas administered by inserting a hose.
Bruh.
What the fuck is this? This shit worse than Diddy.
What type
into
of
the anus.
Bruh.
Required that prospective candidates first participate in a sexual encounter or tryout, so you gotta suck off one nigga to make it to suck off the next. God damn. At times without advance notice. Nigga, you got some morning breath, well, you gotta suck that morning wood. Fuck all that, oh, you need some Listerine. Holy. Caused men to believe that attending the freak-offs could yield modeling opportunities. This is also common. A lot of niggas fuck girls by saying, oh, no, of course, we're going to sign you as the female artist at label. They fuck the shit out of them. And after the month, they tired of the pussy. You know, because they're working out a deal, the deal falls through. You know what I mean? And, yeah. To benefit their career, or in the alternative, that not complying with the request for certain acts during the freak-offs could harm their careers, including, among other things, referring directly and indirectly to modeling opportunities that didn't exist, incorporating Abercrombie products in the freak-offs, and providing men with the itineraries for freak-offs that didn't refer to commercial sex, instead resembled those often sent to models for photo shoot, okay? So essentially, some of these guys, I guess they thought Abercrombie and Fitch, just like in the music business, some of these women think, oh, I'm a bad bitch, I'm a rap. Like, yeah, like, well, no, the nigga saw a music video of you, you look good, you rap that you love sucking cock. He didn't invite you here to the studio session for you to make another rap about sucking cock. He just wanted you to suck his cock. That's kind of like, that happens in multiple industries. The movie thing. We've seen you actors. We think you could be like the bad bitch that's played as the love interest. Okay, you come here and you just get fucked, and that's what it is. And I guess in this, some guys who think they're models, like, okay, we're gonna be a model for Abercrombie and Fitch. Yeah, nigga, you gonna model this dick in your ass. That's what you gonna do. Okay, they physically groom the men prior to the freak-offs, including at times shaving the men's genitals without advance notice. Required men to relinquish their personal items, include clothing, wallets, and cell phones, and store them in accessible locations during the sex events. Required men to sign NDAs, which, among other things, prohibited the disclosure of such information about the freak-offs, including to their own family and friends, and required the payment of damages in the events of a breach. Intentionally recruited heterosexual men, and I think this is one of the things that kind of make the act of sex trafficking.
Why are you aroused at the freak off?
It's weird when we hear sex
trafficking. Yeah, we're gonna keep it rolling, dog.
Clamping down on prostitution. I'm telling you, prostitution.
Keep it moving.
It's more of the deceptive nature, right? Like some people thinking they're.
I can't really remember. I would check, but I don't want to. It's okay. I like living on the wild side. I like being surprised a little bit sometimes. Nothing too crazy.
It insisted that men who previously stated they were unwilling to engage in particular sex acts, including anal sex.
Got over there, dog. An ice cream sandwich
during the freak-offs. They pressure men to consume alcohol, Viagra, muscle relaxants. Is the muscle relaxants that the booty hole?
What?
Open? Like, I don't know.
Huh? No.
Freak-offs. Require the presence of staff during the freak-offs that ensured men attending.
Oh my God, no.
They decided the freak-off was over. More than one occasion. They either directed or personally injected men in their penises.
Y'all drink your water and you gotta pull over and stretch sometimes, bro.
In their penises with a prescription-grade erection.
I ain't gonna lie, I saw a trucker. Let me pause this shit for I saw a trucker one day. He wasn't old, but he wasn't totally young neither. But I could see he had on some gym shorts, and he clearly had on like the adult diapers. And I'm wondering, like, oh, okay, maybe he got a bladder problem, but still, like I say, he wasn't that old. He looked kind of still young. He looked younger than me, but yo, I know damn well, bro, you're not wearing a diaper, like, just so you could, like, keep rolling. I don't know, man. But long story short, I'm not super like that. I'm gonna pull over and take a fucking piss or shit or whatever I gotta do. It's not that serious, bro. The load is gonna get there. It's gonna get there when I get there. Gonna get there. So everyone relax. I say that because I feel like I had a team driver. He used to be he would drive 8 hours, or you know what I'm saying? He'll act like he don't want to stop and take a piss. I'm in the back sleep, like, bro, let's take a piss real quick. When the next time you stopping, bro? I gotta pee.
Injecting your penis to get an erection. Inducing substance for the purpose of causing men to engage in freak-offs in which they were otherwise physically incapable or unwilling, notwithstanding the fact that these injections were not medically indicated and frequently caused men to suffer painful physical reactions that lasted for several hours. They employed their use to fulfill their own sexual desires by causing men to submit to them. On more than one occasion, they engage in sex acts, continue to engage in sex acts that cause men to engage in sex acts, include but not limited to anal penetration and the use of high-powered enemas to which men did not or were not able to consent. Now, these are the allegations of sex trafficking here.
Enema. That shit sounds
from 2008 to 2015. Oh, okay. That's interesting.
What the
So
fuck
with
is
Diddy,
a high-powered enema?
it was 2008 to 2024.
That shit sound
So
like
they accused Diddy of doing his freak offs
that shit sound like a power
to
blast.
the current date. This one is saying this stopped at 2015. Now, if you're thinking about maybe the Diddy snitched or something like that.
Like they take a big ass super soaker gun and hit your ass with the enema. Damn.
They stopped. Allegedly,
cleaned out
the sex
good.
trafficking stopped in March 2015. Anyway,
Look at you, bro.
by the way, I'm pretty sure we could Google this guy's name.
Hey, you done broke down right there, but
Mike Jeffries.
damn, bro, what a bad place to break down. Something.
CEO.
I feel like one of them
This
jobs.
one,
You're not
nobody
paying
was
attention.
CEO.
Something's gonna happen right there.
Yeah, he was CEO until 2014. Okay, that makes sense. So he lost company resources in 2014, probably 2015. Couldn't do
Luckily,
the
I'm
freak
on
off shit
turn.
more using the Abercrombie, which this is like a prototypical Abercrombie and Fitch should be getting sued. Like, he clearly was using and abusing his position as CEO. If young men were thinking, oh, but they're model for Abercrombie and Fitch, the guy was CEO at the time. Like, yeah, so he was using the brand, right, or the likeness or the name of the brand to fuck these kids, right, or these dudes. All right, cool. All right. So the first count, sex trafficking. Second count, interstate prostitution. By the way, Diddy's charged with both things. Then you have 16 victims. Yeah, they have 16 victims. No, not 16. 15. 15, sorry. 15, but this is mad counts. Then there's a criminal forfeiture allegation towards count 1 and towards 2. So it's a 16 count allegation, 16 count indictment, right? So one count of it's 1 count of sex trafficking, right? And they didn't put the RICO on this one, but it's 1 count of sex trafficking and 15 counts of prostitutions or counts 2 through so 15 counts of interstate prostitution for all of the men, right? So the 15 men count for each of them. Okay, so 16 counts. All right, and then there's a criminal forfeiture allegation as to the prostitution stuff. Okay. All right, so we're watching,
Every time I see somebody walking on the side and I be thinking like they trained to kick their ass out the truck.
or sexual deviant rings that these CEOs and very powerful men are doing look like it's coming crashing down. Now, federal prosecutors actually gave some statements about this whole thing, and the indictment wasn't fully unsealed yet, but the lawyers of one of the guys said we'll respond to this detail in the allegations after the indictment is unsealed and when it's appropriate, but we plan to do it in the courthouse, basically saying not doing it in the media, right? The federal prosecutors had confirmed the investigation in January. Oh, interesting here. Oh, my bad, I can't see it. Federal prosecutors had confirmed the investigation in January. By the way, Diddy's investigation essentially started like around, it wasn't April. No. It was around January. Diddy's investigation started in January too. Wow. You know what we're realizing? There's a pattern of the federal government. They're using civil litigation, and then some of these litigations are only coming out with, like, for example, there's some gender discrimination and also victims of sexual assault, like acts on the book that are open.
I found a platform that finally makes swag.
Oh my God, come on, son. No way, I'm gonna sign up for premium.
They could now file lawsuits against people even past the statute of statute of limitations. So it looks like the government's sitting back, looking at these lawsuits and starting to investigate based on these lawsuits. Which, if you know what this means, if you're right now a federal civil let's just say a civil litigator, so you're a lawyer that would sue on behalf of a victim. Right now, you gotta be licking your chops, because Diddy essentially went down because he didn't pay Cassie, and then 30 lawsuits came out afterwards, and it started making so much noise, they started investigating. Then, who else? Then it looked like there was civil lawsuits filed against this guy, or one of these guys, probably the CEO, that he probably didn't settle before it went public, and then they started investigating. So right now, if you're like a lawyer, you want to go sue everybody powerful. Anybody who's a CEO, if somebody got fucked by you, if you're a lawyer and you want to chase a little bit of money, go sue them, or not even sue them, go to them and say, hey, listen, we're about to file a lawsuit, okay? We need $500,000. If we get $500,000, we're not gonna file a lawsuit. We'll sign an NDA. You'll never hear nothing of this again. Now, the person might be arrogant and say, well, if you ain't go to the cops back then, why the fuck the cops gonna check out what you say now? And that would be the arrogance to say, nah, I ain't paying you shit. Then the person files a lawsuit, then the cops look into it. And then looks like the federal government will look into some of it. Jeffries, all right, cool. One of the plaintiffs, all right. All right, okay. The plaintiff's attorney. This is back when they filed a civil suit. So one of the plaintiffs, David Bradbury, a former crewman on the reality series Below Deck, said Jeffries made Abercrombie successful by the overly sexualization of young men. His lawsuit accused Jeffries, Smith, and Jacobson and Abercrombie itself of luring attractive young men under the guise of making them a model, then forcing them to take drugs and perform sex acts. The plaintiff's attorney, Brad Edwards of Edwards Henderson, told ABC News in a statement, as we laid out in our lawsuit, it's my civil lawsuit, this was an Abercrombie-run sex trafficking organization. By the way, why did they describe it like that? Who got the most money? Abercrombie and Fitch. So they want to basically place the blame on the organization. That permeated through the company and allowed the 3 individuals arrested today to victimize dozens and dozens of young aspiring models. Powerful individuals that for too long trafficked and abused for their own sexual pleasure young people with few resources and a dream of making a successful career in the fashion or entertainment. Okay. So I played this, but what y'all think?
Arrested as part of a criminal sex trafficking investigation by the FBI. Mike Jeffries was accused in civil lawsuits filed in 2023 of sexually exploiting young men at parties.
Why they got this picture of him, man? He looked like he on some shit, right? They don't use the goofiest picture of you to make you look like a creep already.
He held with partner. Jeffries is credited with turning Abercrombie and Fitch into a fashion powerhouse, but has come under criticism in the past few years on accusations of discrimination and over-sexualizing male models. Jeffries' attorney says he will respond to the allegations after the indictment is unsealed and when appropriate. ABC News legal contributor Brian Buck.
But in terms of coming next, I think what's next is we're going to potentially see what the charges are, sex trafficking, see how many victims there are. And this could be, I think, very similar to what we saw with Sean Combs and the SDNY, that one civil lawsuit kind of opens the floodgates to more civil lawsuits, more charges, more allegations. And I think this is just a Pandora's box waiting to open.
So, I know we're expecting more details around noon today, but what comes next here? What could be the next steps?
Okay, so we do have the press conference as well. We'll play a little bit of this and we'll move on, all right? Here we go.
Good afternoon. I'm Breon Peace, United States Attorney for the Eastern District of New York. Thank you all for tuning in.
Another black brother that's the, is this an AUSA?
Yeah, the press conference? What the fuck?
Good afternoon. I'm Breon Peace, the United States Attorney for the Eastern.
Yeah, this is another black brother. Oh wow, Google this. U.S. Attorney for Eastern District of New York. The black Breon Peace. Yeah, black brothers are winning, huh? Oh shit.
Black brothers are winning.
I guess we're seeing a trend. The black brothers are getting AUSAs, but then when you look over, and especially when they start talking about sex trafficking, they got a whole lot of Beckys. Look at the Beckys. These are you're not gonna see that brother in court. You know who you're gonna see in court? These people right here. These white women.
Man, I gotta make that a shirt. Brothers are
young
winning.
people with few resources
Brothers
and a dream.
are winning.
A dream of securing a successful career in fashion or entertainment. To anyone who thinks they can exploit and coerce others by using the so-called casting couch system.
Holy casting couch. Sound like some Gucci third leg shit, huh?
This case should serve as a warning. Prepare to trade that couch for a bed in federal prison. The message.
Oh shit, bars.
System. This case should serve by using the so-called casting couch system. This case should serve as a warning. Prepare to trade that couch for a bed in federal prison. The message from today's prosecution is clear. Sexually exploiting vulnerable human beings is a crime. And doing so by dangling dreams of a future in fashion or modeling or any other business is no different. My office and our law enforcement partners will always prioritize standing up for victims, no matter their gender and no matter how powerful the wrongdoers think they are. We will hold them to account.
By the way, everybody in Twitch, man, shout out to y'all. I'm gonna gift about like 100 subs. Let me see. I told y'all I owed y'all 100 subs. I'm about to gift it. Think did it work? Oh, my card got declined. I don't know. Did it work? Did it work? It didn't work, because I can see it on Twitch. It said I gifted 100. Yeah. Though my shit got denied. Broke ass academics. Okay, so I did gift 100 subs. I can show y'all. It should be up, because I can see it on Twitch. It said I gifted Wait, I don't see it? This one's. I don't know, I see it on my thing. I gifted 100. I think y'all see it. Anyway, I did give y'all 100 subs. So it should, I don't know how they assign it, but I gifted y'all 100 subs. Alright, we're not watching, this is a 23 hour, a 30 minute thing. We're not watching the whole thing. Let me see. We're just trying to get to some interesting parts. Everything was pretty much spelled out in the indictment. We kind of read it. It seems very similar to Diddy. The interesting part to note is that, who knows, maybe Diddy did cooperate and drop a dime. Like, Diddy's name is not mentioned here. It doesn't, there probably is some cooperators. We don't know who they are. However, it appears that the federal government, especially in, let's just say, New York State, they're taking an interest at taking down some of these very strong, powerful, wealthy men who have these perverse, sexual, deviant behavior. And again, I keep telling you that this prostitution stuff that all of these guys use, it's kind of like normal. However, like, I guess there's like a gray area line where, like, yeah, you could get a prostitute, you pay her, I don't know, whatever amount of money, if she sucks your dick or she does whatever. But then if you start, almost using people who aren't prostitutes, and you're promising gigs or opportunities, or you're forcing them to when they don't want to do it, is, I guess, the thing with Diddy, in the Diddy case, none of the prostitutes currently are listed as victims. They're just listed just as escorts. You know what I mean? They're not listed as, oh, this was a victim. This case looked like they weren't necessarily victims. No, not victims. They weren't necessarily sex workers. They were just models that they would be like, how bad do you want to become a model? And then they would just whip his dick out on some real casting couch type of shit. Like, yo, for you to model for this campaign that's going to be on the picture of all of our stores, you got to suck some cock. All right, cool. You suck suck cock pretty good. You get to come back and suck the CEO's cock. And if you suck his cock good, you blessed. You won't be on all these campaigns. Now, that's nasty. That's some real nasty shit. And I know, again, we've been talking about this great area with like sex trafficking and shit. This clearly is like some sex trafficking, like some wild shit, right? Like, this is clearly a crime, right? This is not like you flying out a girl and fucking her. This is you saying to a male model, and it doesn't matter male or female, just saying, hey, listen, if you want to be a model for the campaign, you have to suck my dick. And after you suck my dick, you qualify to suck 2 more other dicks. And then after we do that, we want to like push some random shit up inside of you. And after you do that, we're gonna, give you these other opportunities. That's clearly wrong.
Events to engage in commercial sex. But beyond simply hiring men for sex, Jeffries...
Somebody say, yo, but Act did that boiled egg break, though.
If you're stuck on getting your first real estate deal, it probably has to do with one of these two things.
Because you're gonna think everybody's successful. Like, so he said, so Act, what you're saying is that basically to get to the top in entertainment, you need to suck some good dick, right? And that's why, like, I try to be a little bit realistic with this, because this is how it starts, like a mass hysteria. Y'all gonna think that everybody who made it sucked a dick, and then that becomes crazy because I didn't suck that dick. Like, I don't know if I made it, but still, like, I think that's what Cat Williams was saying. Like, yo, remember when Cat Williams was just like he said,
I've had to turn down $200 million.
Cat Williams, Harvey Weinstein. Look, this right here.
Turn down $50 million 4 times.
Right.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
And there will no more be.
Amen, amen. Because in 30 years I've done nothing but collect information.
I do that.
Knowledge.
I do that too.
And your secrets.
I've collected a lot of secrets.
So if you and a man was in a corner doing something,
chat. Yo, remember when everyone was like, yo, actually he's taking the industry down? I was like, no. I thought people were preying on my downfall, trying to hype up like some BS civil shit that they were trying to like, oh, we got that. And I'm like, I know all y'all actual secrets, right? Like I'm the person that y'all come to after 3 people try to extort you for $1 million. This young chick who's went to the cops, but for whatever reason it didn't go nowhere. But you fucked this person under 15. And by the way, I know some of y'all gonna say, well, aren't you part of the problem? It's not my job. Like, I tell everybody to go to the police. Like, my job is not to just say everything I've heard, because I can't do all the necessary research. So I tell everybody to go to the cops. Everybody go to the cops. Yo, this nigga fucked me when I was 15. What? You go to the cops. If you tell me don't want to go to the cops and you only want to get some attention via a media platform, I usually back away from that story, because now you're setting me up to get sued. Right? Because now come on, like, yo, did you fuck this person at 14? That rapper, again, even if it's true, they can still sue me, right? Like, that person, unless I have like some signed affidavit that this person said that person, when I get sued, that person gonna be like, I didn't tell you that he fucked me when I was 14. I'm like, what? Then the other person said, why'd you say I fucked that person when I was 14? So me, I like saying go to the cops, or you go on record. Go on record saying that happened, allegedly or reportedly.
You wasn't supposed to be doing.
You would tell it.
No, somebody come and tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I should know. They are. Ways of doing nobody dirty. And they'll just go out and they'll lie. The industry doesn't mess with Cat because he didn't show up for the studio. No studios have ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you that no.
Let's get to the Harvey Weinstein thing.
Switch roles. He already had his deal. You know, when you lined up, but he stopped doing stand-up. Sorry, he doesn't write. Ricky Smiley.
Your upbringing. We're going to circle back to Ricky. I think when it came out of
just a no-name comedian, and that he could take this joke 30 minutes, but then you just he comes back, dude, as I stand before you, Shannon. I would have bust Cedric's stomach. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Because early on you was accusing me of being...
So you not...
It's a 50 million part.
I've had to turn
said
down
he got
50
50
million
million.
4 times.
4 times.
My goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole. And never have sucked a penis. That was my...
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. This nigga be seeming like a goddamn, prophet.
My only goal. I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors. Come on, Jan! Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they can take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
That is true. They took Diddy down in
2 weeks.
Goddamn.
And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I got the receipt.
You got to tell him no. Yo, imagine how many truckers there'll be in fucking...
To be based on reality. Because I'm also looking at my experience, right? So, I do have a lot of these motherfuckers' secrets. Man, I know right now, chat, I got a list of these people got herpes, these people got AIDS, this person cheating on his wife with this person, these are all the side chicks. Bro, trust me, when I look at all of this shit, I'll be saying, listen, even if they don't like me, who would fuck with me? Because my whole entire job is to listen to the people you didn't pay off, the person who mad at you, your ex-lover, the nigga you fucked but your people think you're straight. I've heard it all. And I usually sit back, corroborate shit, and I'm usually wait for the time that is public. That's when I come with it. That's when I be like, yo, wait, how you got some more info? No, it's public now. Now I can speak on it. I remember talking to Cardi B, and I told Cardi B, and I said I would have never said nothing about Stephon Diggs if that shit wasn't private, if that shit wasn't public. Just being honest. Because I hear about things like this all the time. I do. I wouldn't have commented on it until I felt it hit public domain already. So I'm like, all right, niggas already know. Cool. Even though they knew because I teased it. Or maybe whatever. Anyway. But that's kind of how a lot of things are. But here's the thing with my cynicism, right? A lot of that is based on what I've heard and my experience. Now, also, with all due respect, I don't think, and good for me with that, even though it's almost like a self-deprecating joke or whatever. Nobody's saying, imagine if Diddy, and I want to name a couple of the other niggas who are allegedly gay, if they're sitting around the freak-off planning table, no one's going to be like, yo, which nigga we want to fuck this week? And somebody be like, let's fuck act. Nobody's going to say that. So it's maybe also I'm a little bit prejudiced because none of these, nobody's trying to fuck me, my nigga. I'm sorry, I'm good. They know I'm sorry, I'm good, right? So it's I heard all these niggas was trying to. I ain't gonna say the names, y'all gonna run a headline. But a couple of these R&B niggas, you know them R&B niggas. All them R&B niggas used to be showing their abs washboard. Yeah, they was trying male executives was trying to fuck them. So again, that's what they were into. Maybe I'm a little bit in disbelief of sometimes how deep the rabbit hole is. No deep. Because I'm hearing this shit third hand and I'm corroborating it behind the scenes whenever I can. I'm hearing multiple people tell me at times. But it's not like it's happened to me, right? You know what I mean? I know I said Diddy invited me to a party. I don't think Diddy was trying to fuck me, my nigga. I'm just keeping the beat. I don't think none of these motherfuckers trying to fuck me. Let's keep it 100, right? But I might just not be their type. You know what I mean? Shit. I'm trying so hard not to say like a few names. But there's a couple of R&B niggas that came in this game from what I heard completely straight. Now they gay as hell. Like, how the fuck did that happen? That's a little odd. How the hell when you was broke and then, I won't mention the place they from. Niggas was saying you was the gangster nigga who sang. Now they say you the sweet nigga who got a boyfriend. Like, how does that work? Like, I don't know. So I don't know. So maybe, bro, I really don't be know. Anyway.
Force, fraud, and coercion to traffic those men for their...
Yo, somebody say, yo, Act, you jealous, you not their type. Yo, I mean, chat, do you think you think I should be jealous that nobody ever thought I was good enough to get fucked? Like, yo, I came in this shit independent, I'm climbing up the ranks.
Oh,
nobody thought I was good to get fucked? Damn. I was gonna make a joke, but I'm too Jamaican and it's 2K. I can't make it. I was gonna be like, yo, nah, I can't make it. I'm gonna say, but I can't. Nah,
don't do it.
Nah, I can't say it's Jamaican. I couldn't go to Jamaican.
Their own sexual gratification.
Somebody said, hey, yo!
For example, as
a y'all went with the jokes with me too. Y'all ain't the joke. I was just thinking, I'm like, damn, everybody said I look like a chipmunk. Now one of these niggas said, hey, look at this big cheek motherfucker right here. Maybe we could stuff a few. Nah, pause. That's a joke, nigga. That's a joke. It's a joke. It's comedy hour. We're about to get in the comedy hour. I'm getting a little bit saucy. Where we at? 3 hours? This is when I get a little saucy, okay? The one, pause on the saucy. That's when I get a little saucy. Hilarious.
Referral system in an interview process that did not inform the men of the details of the sex events before they attended.
The sex event.
Drill, edit this out of the YouTube clips. I gotta realize I got a Jamaican flag back there. Everybody knows, yo, man, I'm real bad man, man. I know Bati man thing. So, yo, listen, get out of there. But I was trying to make a little joke.
Including the fully.
It is my job to help patients make decisions.
Come on. Abortion ban at risk. Vote yes on 3. Shit, maybe I should have went to Hardee's.
Half the executives from the 90s are guilty of this. Fucking women, music executives, fucking women who came with aspirations of wanting to be a rapper or especially an R&B singer. And the CEO of whatever company that were interested in them, fucking them. Because you have to remember, this wasn't like, you know, the gatekeepers in the music industry at that time. You couldn't be like, oh, okay, I'm about to go just make some songs and hopefully I'm gonna blow from the crowd. No, you needed a few of these executives, and apparently the executives. Again, I'm gonna just speak very loosely. I just don't want to implicate nobody because, you know, again, I do think these are the type of things that if I'm one of them guys from then, I got to be lawsuit ready because you ain't gonna throw my name into like a few allegations and then I'm motherfucking getting a ton of lawsuits from all the bitches who done suck my dick, who I promised them that they could be the next big R&B star, but all they did was show up to the goddamn studio and suck me off and suck 2 other niggas off and the engineering. But yeah, that was happening a lot. You're not gonna hear nobody admit it, but I would say half of the executives in music and hip hop, and by the way, none of them will even respond to what I'm saying. Or if they respond and say cap, I don't even want somebody to say cap because anybody that say cap, you know, Act. When people challenge me, I start snitching. I just start saying names. But more than half of the goddamn executives in music used to promise women opportunities to get in the game. And a lot of times it was baseless. It was a way for them to have sexual access to those women. Women who came to studio sessions to try out, to record, and ended up on their knees buffing off a nigga. And found out pretty much later on, there was no real plans to really evaluate their talent. It was just a sexual fling, right? So that is some casting couch shit. So this isn't just like segregated to like the modeling industry. The music industry was doing it. Nigga, Harvey Weinstein was doing it, right? Like this is clear behavior that was like.
Oh shit. I forgot I gotta pay my phone bill.
This is clear behavior that was like perverse all across these industries, right? And by the way, this is why I think that, you know, like I was seeing this conversation happen on social media. People like, yo, this is what, like, I guess like everybody's mad, and we're gonna get to it, that Kendrick didn't do an interview, like oh, they were mad that Kendrick didn't do an interview with a journalist, and then they were also mad that, you know, Russ had said something about, you know, rappers not wanting to go to journalists anymore, and some people were saying, nah, this is why we need gatekeepers, because, you know, these rappers and stuff like that, they're looking beyond the normal outlets and doing whatever. Me, I think differently. Fuck gatekeepers. Like, get it how you can. When you have gatekeepers, people use their power, and always, and I'm gonna get to this point, absolute power definitely does corrupt. You get what I'm saying? If the only way, like, and I'm saying this, you know, I'll even use me as an example, but I'm using this as an example to just be very, you know, I think I'm being fair. If getting into rap media meant you had to be loved or approved by academics, at a certain point, I could imagine I would get corrupted. Like, right? Like, bruv, okay, cool. So now, people who I don't like, I'm gonna, you know, force them out. I'm gonna collude with certain people over here. Shit, if there's a female, like, whatever, who I see don't have no talent, but she bad as fuck. Like, absolute power definitely does corrupt. That's where gatekeepers, I think, in the music industry, fuck the whole shit up. Because if you need to get on, and Diddy or whoever else, you gotta suck their penis to get on. It's not like you had 20 other options. You gotta suck that dick. And then you probably never still got on. But that was the option at the time. You had to suck that one nigga's dick, right? So gatekeepers really did fuck up the whole thing. All right, I'm gonna play about like 2 more minutes of this, and then we're gonna switch to looking over some of the allegations of the 5 new lawsuits that Diddy caught. And again, we're just gonna be on some, you know, we're gonna treat it like a civil court. Civil court, the difference between civil court and criminal court. Criminal court, you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, which means there cannot be no doubt that this person do it. In civil court, it's kind of like majority rules, or it sounds about right. Like, you know, civil court is a way lower burden of proof. Like, if it sounds like he did it, right? But in criminal court, you have to prove he did it, you know. And if you can't prove without a shadow beyond a reasonable doubt, you got to vote innocent. Anyway, let's play about 2 more minutes of this, then we'll get into the current lawsuits.
With Abercrombie, or otherwise benefit their careers. Smith and Jeffries employed a secret staff to operate. So
he said, do I think that Foxy might have gotten fucked by Jay-Z then? Yeah, of course. Bro, here's the thing though. I don't know why I keep mentioning the Foxy thing. Bro, I think Foxy's just a real chick, bro. Like, whatever that happened back then, I think either she has chalked it up as that was just how people got in the game, or she's just a real...
Do you have at least $20,000 in cash that you wanted to deploy to get out of that 9-to-5 rap race?
You know, with all due respect, I'm not trying to, like, shit no victims down. Bro, like, the whole, alright, you know, alright, even though I never said I didn't want to do it, I kind of felt this, like, you know, this new victim mentality is like a current type of way. Like, women that come from the era that Foxy came from, like, them down-ass bitches, bro. Like, if Foxy, I don't expect Foxy to tell on Jay. Not that there's anything to tell on. I don't know what the truth is. But do I think it happened? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think whatever probably happened, it happened. And she's just not gonna... Here's the thing, also, too. Number one, she and Jay, she don't hate Jay. They never fell out. Now, if she had fell out with Jay, or she was, like, bummy and broke, maybe that would change. But, like, that's not the case. She's so cool with the nigga. Like, whatever. Like, she's just not gonna be telling, which I think she's gonna be like, oh, my victim. No. So, again, You know, that's what I was telling you about everything when I mentioned Dame Dash and some of these other people. We are talking about, like, there's no one super successful in their prime talking. It's people who be like, oh my God, I remember when she was hot. Oh, I can remember when he was hot. We're not talking about nobody on and popping. This is another reason why I told you about the whole Ruby Rose thing when I said Ruby Rose is dropping seeds for later on. Ruby Rose right now is in the prime, or whatever you want to call it, of her OnlyFans career, whatever. Wait till like when she's like 50 and she's not attractive anymore and she's lost that appeal and people aren't running to every photo she posts or OnlyFans. She's gonna come out with a book and she's gonna say the real shit, man. Facts. I could book it. Right now, she's having her moment. There's nothing to tell when you're having your moment. But wait till her moment is done. When she's 50 and unattractive, she's gonna have a different perspective of all of these little flings. Factuals. Especially the ones that she allegedly had underage. And whoever, and by the way, if all of them, there's about like 5 popping rappers who fucked her when she was underage. If them rappers not cool with Ruby when she hit 40 or 50 and she's physically fell off, you get stitched on. That's a fact. So I want to name the rappers now. We've heard that their names already. Y'all better keep cool with Ruby Rose and play it very cute. Because the moment when y'all not benefiting her no more, and she's 40 and 50 and she can't get it how she normally was getting it, she gonna say, y'all took advantage, 100%. It's not just her, that's just the nature of the beast. And it feels like those are check boxes when we're hearing a lot of these victims. Not that they're not victims, but when do they speak on the shit that they were victims of? They only speak on it when they're not doing as well, they're not cool with the person, or it's, you know, it's much past the time of them being in their prime, right? So, again, I think Foxy might have got whatever, but Foxy's cool with shit. Like, she's still benefiting from the shit. If, you know, if there's a Rockefeller, you know, like reunion and shit like that, or like some type of, you know, Jay-Z concert where he's doing his whole life hits, like, she's gonna pop out and do her. So why would I think she would come out and be like, oh my God, Jay did this to me? No. You're gonna hear from the people who Jay don't fuck with him. Anyway, one more minute of this and I'm pulling up lawsuits.
Break these sex events. The staff ensured that the men signed non-disclosure agreements and handed over their personal items, such as their phones, before the start of the events to maintain the secrecy of these events. The defendants caused the men to believe that not complying with requests for certain acts, sex acts, during the events could harm their careers. The defendants pressured the men to consume alcohol, Viagra, and muscle relaxants known as poppers during the sex events. And they required the presence of staff during the sexual activity and ensured that the men did not leave the sex events until Jeffries and Smith decided that the sessions were over. Also, as alleged, on more than one occasion, Jeffries and Smith either directed others to inject or personally injected men with an erection-inducing substance for the purpose of causing the men to engage in sex acts the men were incapable of engaging in or unwilling to engage in.
Okay, we kind of read most of that. He's just recapped it. All right, let's get to the new Diddy lawsuits, right? So new Diddy lawsuits goes like this, all right? Let me see if we can... All right, bet. We're going to read through them real quick. I think we've done this before last week. By now, I feel like we could draft up a lawsuit himself. You know, we start off with defendants versus... And by the way, here's the thing. They've learned from that dude, Tyrone Blackburn. They're not suing Universal. So they're only stopping at Diddy and Diddy's companies. Why? Universal is letting every lawyer know, and they did this specifically through Tyrone Blackburn. They said, yo, if y'all lawyers sue Diddy and y'all bring this to the Universal level, we're going to spank you in court like a little petulant child. So now they're not suing nobody besides, and just look at this. Sean Combs, Daddy's House Recording, Diddy own that. CE Opco, that's Combs Global, Combs Enterprise, Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Productions, Bad Boy Books, blah blah, Bad Boy Records, Bad Boy, it's just all Bad Boy shit. Now, Here's why I'm telling you that these people filing these lawsuits know who to fuck with. So now we find out if you're suing Diddy, you can't sue Lucian Grange, you can't throw him in there as the potential financier, or you can't throw Universal Music Group as a potential financier. Even though when Diddy had deals with major labels, it was through Universal, and Lucian Grange was the head of it. So you can't throw them in there because their lawyers are saying, we're gonna spank you little niggas. Don't fuck with us like Diddy. This another level. I'm gonna tell you who else you can't throw in there. Because this lawsuit here mentions that the assault happened at a Ciroc vodka party. Who owns Ciroc, Chad? Diageo. Don't people think Diddy's getting his ass whipped right now because of Diageo? How are you gonna sue every company? Yo, you sued the studio the nigga owns. How are you gonna sue every company Diddy owns and claim that the assault went down at a Ciroc party, but not sue the company that makes Ciroc, which is Diageo? You know why? They know who to fuck with. You're not fucking with the billion-dollar companies, UMG and Diageo. Diddy, he's cooked, so you can fuck with him. So here's the intro. They seek compensatory and punitive damages of sexual assault. The assault took place, as I said, Ciroc party. It makes sense for you to sue Ciroc, which Ciroc is Diageo. But again, they know who to fuck with. They're not fucking with Diageo. You know what I'm saying? Cool. So no part of the lawsuit, and they learned from that Tyron Blackburn shit. They're not gonna be like, oh, this was funded by Diageo, this was funded that owns Ciroc. They probably gave the budget for the party, so because they gave the budget for the party and the assault happened at the party, y'all, fuck no. You don't want to see Diageo in court. They're going to fuck you up, okay? All right. Anyway. So this is the whole thing. We're just going to get to factual allegations. It's kind of crazy. We just know how these lawsuits look at this point. Jurisdiction, here we go. Factual allegations. In and around 2022, during a promotional party for the launch of Combs' Ciroc vodka drink, Combs sexually assaulted a plaintiff, a businessman from the LA area, and an owner of the family business specialized in renting luxury car jewelry. All right, let's just put this in perspective already. So they're trying to tell me Diddy held a Ciroc vodka party, and Diddy fucked a grown-ass man from the LA area that owned businesses and rented luxury car, and who's a jeweler. Really, nigga? Okay, might be true. Let's just keep going. Over the previous years, plaintiff had established a business relationship with Combs, who was a customer of his rental business. So Combs used to get either cars or jewelry from him, often renting vehicles and jewelry for himself and his entourage. Combs personally invited the plaintiff to the Ciroc party, accepted based on his relationship with Combs. Combs told him that many high-profile guests were going to be there in the music business and when they attended the party. Plaintiff saw a party as an opportunity to further promote his business itself. Once at the party, plaintiff noticed a high-profile guest. He took a photograph below to show Combs on the couch discussing Ciroc with other high-profile individuals. Multiple bottles of Combs Ciroc vodka could be seen on the table. So, and by the way, I ain't gonna tell you, these lawyers are so fucking clever. You see all of these people here, and this looked like it probably was a video. It looked like a still from a video because it doesn't look like no one's posing. They blurred out people's faces. I guarantee you, chat, this is how nasty this civil litigation game is. I guarantee this guy is famous, this guy is famous, and this guy's famous. Everybody with a circle over their head is famous. Now you know what they're gonna do? Remember, Diddy finna go broke. They're gonna go with those dudes and say, yo, we need $500,000, man. Or else we're gonna do an amended complaint, which means you file your complaint again with some changes. And we're gonna unblur the pictures. We're gonna name you. So now you're gonna be involved in this sexual assault story. Unless you give us $1 million. If you give us $500,000, we'll keep your face blurred, we won't mention it. The shakedown is some real shit, Chad. You know what I'm saying? So trust and believe. By the way, we found out they did it to Jodeci. Well, one of the Jodeci members. The Jodeci member wasn't mentioned in the first lawsuit. In the Second Amendment lawsuit, he was mentioned. What do you think happened in between? You think they just magically remembered that it was the guy from Jodeci? Or they said, give us the fucking money. And the guy said no. And said, I bet your name is in the lawsuit now. Good luck. During the event, Combs instructed the plaintiff to join him in the private office. Plaintiff went in the private office when they were alone. They assumed that Combs would have a discussion about business. However, Plaintiff immediately realized Combs was intoxicated and acted strangely. Combs began awkwardly moving to the plaintiff. As he did so, Combs removed his pants and exposed his genitals to the plaintiff. Combs continued to move closer, and then grabbed the plaintiff's genitals through his pants, squeezing them in a rough and sexual manner. Plaintiff, shocked and disoriented, frozen in a moment, did not know what to respond to the weird, inappropriate sexual advance made by Combs. The situation escalated into another individual, professional athlete. See? Look, they could have said individual A, chat. Chat, I'm telling you, bro. These lawyers are slick. They said individual A. Remember, they're identifying, you can put any misnomer. Individual A. You know what they said? Professional athlete A. You know when whoever the professional athlete sees himself referred to as professional athlete A with a circle around his face, he gonna get up off that $500,000. That's what's the fuck gonna happen unless he wanna be up in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Chat, this is a good little shakedown. I ain't gonna lie. Now again, we not because we say this is a shakedown mean Diddy not guilty. We just saying we see the plays. We see the play.
Legalizing sports betting will generate 10